Good morning, dear students. Myself Miss Deepthi from Dip Scroll Bag. In today's lecture, we are continue the reading of History Chapter 8, Education and British Rule, British Policies after 1858. And in previous lectures, we have read about that why the British want that education should be given to the Indian and the medium of instruction in the education should be in English. What was the main reason behind it? The main reason behind it was that they want cheap office barrier or administrators, or we can say clerks, who can do the clerical work in the administration for British government. Whereas this policy affect the Indians also, and where Indian leaders have put their efforts to give educations to India, to Indian people in their vernacular languages, and make them people aware about the what is happening in the world in scientific way and the modern way. So let us start how they have done. The impact created by Indian leaders on education. The Indian leaders played an effective role in the spread of education. The leader formed the Indian National Council of Education as revolt against the British policy. Now we are called as revolt. Why? Because in the British they want to give us English education only, to just basic knowledge, but we Indians want, but the political leaders or the social reformers want that education should be given in proper manner, that people could come to aware about what is going around the world in the field of science and technology as well as. So Rajmohan Rai open many national college schools and colleges. Raja Ram Mohan Rai and Rabindranath Tagore played an important role in spread of education. So we are Rabindranath Tagore till date is remembered for their work, for his contribution in the education. His school name Shanti Niketan, which was started by Rabindranath Tagore in Kolkata, still providing education to the people in the natural. There is no classroom, nothing is there. They give the education as the PE student want to take it from them, as there is no liabilities that he or she should be this education should have. So this type of education was provided by the Rabindranath Tagore. Whereas Jamia Millia Islamia Institute at Aligarh, the Vidyapeeth at Banaras, Vishwa Bharati University established by Rabindranath Tagore, and Shanti Niketan, at Shanti Niketan were the few achievements of the Indian leaders. All this institution gave a global outlook to teaching in India. Gandhiji also started the Nai Talim, a new teaching scheme. Dr. Zakir Hussain, who became the third president of India, played a leading role to developing the Nai Talim system in education. So in these two paragraphs, we have come to know about some universities started by Indian, that is Jamia Millia Islamia Institute at Aligarh, that nowadays we are calling it Aligarh Muslim University, that was started by Sir Syed Ahmed Khan, and the reason behind is was to make Muslim people give education in scientific education as well as modern education too, with the traditional way of education. And Vidyapeeth at Banaras was also started, and Vishwa Bharati University, which was started by Rabindranath Tagore. It plays an important role to spread education in India. Whereas Gandhiji's new Nai Talim is there. Nai Talim means here Gandhiji want that in the schools students should be provide education in the local languages, and they should be give knowledge of technical trainings also to the students, like carpentry, husband, handicrafts, some artwork should be taught to the student, that these things could help them to develop something in their life. So this talim was started by Mahatma Gandhi, and our third president, Dr. Zakir Hussain, played an important role, and he was very enthused regarding the Nai talim. Many scholars started studying the art, architecture, literature, and philosophy from the institute. This helped the unrevealing the Indian past. Gopal Krishna Gokhale placed a demand before British to have a free and compulsory education, but very little was done by the government in this regard. In 1947, when India attained the independence, only 24% of male and 7% female population were literate. So last line shows the whole story, that what was the British want to do. They do not want that Indians should be so educated that they can get free, and they want that education should be given that they will remain under us. So it shows in last line that only 24% male and only 7% women was were educated at the time of independence. So contribution of British is there. Among the British, William Jones established a Royal Asiatic Society at Kolkata in 1784, which concentrated on the study of Indian heritage. Jonathan Duncan started the Sanskrit College at Varanasi in 1791. Jones translated Kalidasa's Abhijatam Shakuntalam. James Princip dispatched the ancient Brahmi script. Alexander Cunningham contributed to the Indian archaeological study. So these are the few Britishers who have put their effort to in Indian education, whereas William Jones established a Royal Asiatic Society, and whose concentration was to give education to the people in Sanskrit, in heritage, educate people about our rich heritage of India. And Jonathan Duncan has started a Sanskrit University at Varanasi. He was a Britisher who has started a Sanskrit University in India. And whereas Jones has translated Kalidasa's famous play Abhijatam Shakuntalam in English, and many others are there. Now, growth of science is there. Many of our reformers understood the importance of science, hence they favored English as the medium of instruction. Reformers like Raja Ram Mohan Rai felt that negligences of science teaching are responsible for the backwardness of our country. In the early 19th century, the introduction of modern science was given a lot of importance. A department of science was set up in national universities, and many Indians pursued the study of science and made a lot of contribution to its various branches. So, growth of science. Initially, British put their effort to give us education, and our famous reformer Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he has contributed a lot of for the upliftment of our society. And he thought that Indians are backward because Indians does not teach our vernacular system of education. The previous system of education does not teach us scientific way, so that is why we are not scientifically modern. So scientific knowledge is must, and then the British government has started scientific technology in education in India, and many Indians proved it that they are not behind, they are ahead to the against the Europeans. Like one of them was C.V. Raman, who got the Nobel Prize in physics work. He was a famous person. Whereas J.C. Bose is there, Jagdish Chandra Bose. He was the person who has discovered radio waves, short waves and medium waves, and P.C. Roy is there. So these are the some mathematicians, physicians, and scholars who have put their effort in this area, and they shine like a fine star in the galaxy of science and technology. So let us read about the achievements. In 1914, the Indian Science Congress Association was set up. Many scientists participated in sessions of Science Congress and shared their experience and exchanged view. P.C. Roy, J.C. Bose, C.V. Raman, Satyendra Nath Bose, Birla Sahni, some of the leading scientists who won international fame in various spheres. Sir C.V. Raman was given a Nobel Prize for his work in physics in 1930. P.C. Mahalanobis was an understanding scholar who established statistics as one of the branch of science. S. Ramanuj was brilliant mathematician of this period. S. Vishveshwaraya was an outstanding personality in the field of engineering and technology, made contribution in the field of like building the dams, development of hydroelectric powers, projects promoting sericulture and growth in technical education. In 1905, a conference was held in Bengal to create education system managed by the Indians. It is Calcutta session 1906. The Congress entertained an idea opening of educational institution, and education help in the creating awareness and become the reason for the emergence of Indian national movement. So all these things put an effort in making our freedom, the dream of freedom, come true, and education plays an important role in it. So in next lecture we are going to read about the case studies of Baroda and the Aligarh universities. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay healthy.